all tired. We're exhausted with certain behaviors, and we just don't want to deal with it anymore. I know I don't. For Tamar to pull Trina's hair and to say that Trina touched her first. Hey,
let me go.
I didn't put my hands on you. I never touched you.
Let me go.
And then after you pull her hair, you kick her? That's ridiculous. Enough is enough.
Never encountered that before in our lives.
It made me very sad.
How do you feel right now?
She's unpredictable.
Now that we are watching the Braxtons, I figured something similar would happen. And naturally, Tamar has once again stolen the show. The story now is that we are terrified of Tamar. Tamar is erratic. We have no idea what she might do. You all know what has been shown to us as viewers for a very long time. Thus, we will not be filming with Tamar. According to the story, Tamar is...
Never seen Tony that angry before. I think we're all tired. We're exhausted with certain behaviors, and we just don't want to deal with it anymore. I know I don't. For Tamar to pull Trina's hair and to say that Trina touched her first, how can Trina touch you first when her back was turned to you? That doesn't even make sense.
She pulled Trina's hair. Do you see? And she kicked me.
Now, as you all witnessed in the final Braxton's episode, clearly Tony Braxton leaped into Tamar's face. They were moving back and forth, but there were claims that, well, we observed that Tamar had taken off her wig. Tamar's head jumped, and she said she acknowledged it, you know. However, what are we terrified of right now? Tamar, we've had enough of Tamar. However, Towanda, it is attractive to Trina, essentially expressing her desire to no longer be a part of this anymore. She senses fear. Tamar seems erratic to her, and what usually results from that? Filming with Tamar is not something they want to do. You all are aware how that works. However, an intriguing aspect of this is that Tamar is actually the show. I'm just saying now due to the fact that I saw the show. The lack of Tamar would imply that they would have to present something intriguing. The problem is that Tamar has been made the issue. So it makes sense that as fans, we pay attention to the issue. Right now, I'm not claiming that Tamar is the issue. However, because they provided her with the name, we are aware of the problem's name. For the thrill of seeing what is true, Tamar will be at the performance. What is she doing? What is Tay doing? All right, Towanda is essentially stating she refuses to work with Tamar on a movie, which is absurd, as the show can continue sans Wanda. The show wouldn't be able to thrive without Tay Tay.
I didn't put my hands on you. I never touched you. Let me go.
And then after you pull her hair, you kick her? That's ridiculous. Enough is enough.
Let's call the cops and press charges. Let's press charges on her.
I'm doing that. I'm gone. I'm not doing that.
But wait till she leaves first.
Let's make a police call. Towanda claims that Tamar simply assaulted Trina. Therefore, let's file charges. She tugged Trina's hair and kicked her. Now, it remains a criminal no matter how we view it. You will go to jail if you touch someone and they contact the police. Let them have a witness or two. All right? Towanda is attempting to put Tamar in this kind of predicament because if Tamar is arrested or something like that, she will be able to use this with production and say, hey, you know, she was arrested. This is what she did. You know, production did notice it though. If you are aware of how the legal system operates, you will receive a restraining order or a no contact order if you touch someone. Are they identical? I'm not certain. However, I think it becomes a no contact rule if you get in trouble for touching someone. Regarding the restraining order, I think they should go after it. Perhaps that makes the difference. This is Wanda's tactic since, as you are aware, she's a scammer and a schemer. She's adept at using circumstances to her advantage. Because Tony Braxton is the older sister in this instance, she's attempting to win him over. Let's call the police, please. Let's file charges. Tony Braxton, however, was like, girl, I'm out of here. Towanda is filthy and lowly, and her animosity toward a sister who gave her $50,000, bought her a car, and used her credit card. Yet you want to report someone to the police because you stole their credit card. Isn't Towanda a bit delusional?
Never encountered that before in our lives.
It made me very sad.
How do you feel right now?
She's unpredictable. I don't know who I'm going to get.
You know what I mean? It's like a box of
I
chocolates.
don't feel safe anymore. Because it went from emotional, verbal, mental to physical. And
As you can see, Towanda is now setting the scene by claiming that she doesn't feel secure in the presence of the sister who handed her $50,000. The sister allegedly paid for 6 lines with her credit card. All right, not just the sister who got her a car, but also the sister we saw on the episode when Towanda had finally acquired a home and Tamar was exploring it when she discovered her own damn clothing, shoes, and other items in Tawanda's wardrobe. So Towanda was a Izzy all the time? Towanda, how come your sister didn't know how her things ended up in your closet? You put them there, so we know how they got there. However, you actually broke into her house and stole her belongings without her consent. However, Wanda is now creating the impression that she is terrified. She also feels insecure, which is understandable given how these networks operate. I feel uneasy. I don't think my safety is being treated seriously enough. I'm not interested in filming with her. I have no idea who I might get. However, Towanda has not responded to any of the inquiries. You stole Tony's man, girl, she said, in response to the question of why she was such a thief. We are not discussing any damn man. We're discussing things like the credit card you took. For some strange reason, Towanda's delusional self believes that she would be closer to Jesus if she had no hair. Hence, this video aims to illustrate that Towanda is setting the stage to try to get Tamar off the show. However, I suppose not, as her brain is still completely inoperable. She doesn't realize, for whatever reason, that Tony is essential to the success of this show. 2 individuals, that is. Braxton, Tony. Since I don't think Tony Braxton contributes in any manner, perhaps it can succeed without him. However, I think it would be a complete failure with Tamar. First of all, who would be at fault? We are aware that they don't discuss their life. In her mind, Towanda believes that she can remove Tamar from the show and perhaps even get her off of the show, but this is not going to happen.